In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Welcome back to Glimpses from the Seerah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the last episode, we journeyed through the world before the birth of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, exploring how religion had become distorted across Arabia and beyond, and ending with the touching story of Salman al-Farsi's search for truth. Today, we'll begin moving closer to the birth of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We'll look at the noble lineage of the Prophet, the powerful figures among his ancestors, and the significant events that shaped Makkah before his arrival. Let's begin with the lineage of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Ismail alayhi salam to the Quraysh. The Arabs trace their ancestry back to the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail alayhi salam. The lineage between Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to his forefather Adnan comprises of 21 generations and is well documented. However, the exact lineage between Adnan to Ismail alayhi salam does not have clear, authentic sources. The chart here shows the ancestry of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, Allah selected Ismail alayhi salam from the sons of Ibrahim alayhi salam, Kinana from the sons of Ismail alayhi salam, Quraysh from the sons of Kinana, Hashim from the sons of Quraysh, and Allah selected me from the sons of Hashim, as given in Sahih Muslim. We shall look at the lineage of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in light of the above hadith. Allah chose Kinana from the sons of Ismail. Kinana was a legendary Arab, and he was a very wise and brave man. Whenever people used to do Hajj, they would feel it a privilege to meet with Kinana. His statements were recorded in classical Arabic as codes of wisdom. Allah chose Quraysh from the sons of Kinana. The founding father of Quraysh is Fihr, who precedes Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by 11 generations. All the 10 Sahaba who were promised Jannah at the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were from Quraysh, and their ancestry all goes back to one person, and that is Fihr. From Fihr we now come to the immediate 5 fathers of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The direct chain of lineage to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, son of Abdullah, son of Abdul Muttalib, son of Hashim, son of Abd Manaf, son of Qusai. Now let's move to Qusai, the rise of the Quraysh in Makkah. Qusai played a pivotal role in the rise of the Quraysh and their leadership over Makkah. During his time, power in Mecca was held by the tribe Qusai. The Qusai were a group of tribes from the descendants of Ismail alayhi salam, and they came into power a long time ago, probably about 400 years before the birth of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before Qusai, the people of Jurham were in power. This is the tribe that Ismail alayhi salam had married into. When Qusai expelled the tribe of Jurham, the people of Jurham did a cruel act. They destroyed the well of Zamzam and buried it, hiding its location. No matter what the people of Qusai did, they were unable to find the well of Zamzam. The tribe of Jurham then settled in a small encampments outside of Mecca, and it is from them that Fihr came and the Quraysh tribe started. Qusay was from the tribe of Quraysh, but he married the daughter of the chief of Qusay. Through wisdom and influence, he earned the people's loyalty. When his father-in-law died, the people wanted Qusay as their leader over the sons of Qusay. He leveraged this position to gain internal support, and he was chosen as their leader. Thus Qusay successfully reclaimed Makkah for the Quraysh and brought organization, leadership, and unity to the people of Makkah. Qusay implemented many things in Mecca: the establishing of the Darul Nadwa, or the parliament, organizing the care of the Kaaba, and the service of pilgrims. Through his wise leadership, Mecca gained stability, structure, and respect. His unification of the Quraysh and his service to the Kaaba elevated the tribe, making Quraysh the most honored and influential people in all of Arabia. Let's move to Abd Manaf and Hashim. Abd Manaf, the son of Qusai, was renowned for his handsomeness, strength, and leadership. He was deeply loved by the people of Quraysh. His son Hashim, the Prophet's great-grandfather, was known for his generosity and for revolutionizing the economy of Mecca. He instituted the concept of trade in Mecca while catering to and taking care of the people coming for Hajj. It so happened that one year there was a severe drought in Mecca and people were dying of hunger. Hashim came across the idea to make two journeys, one in summer and the other in winter. In summer, they would go to north, to the borders of Rome, and in winter, they would go down to Yemen. They would buy merchandise from these trade routes and bring it to Mecca, where they would sell it to the pilgrims and merchants from neighboring regions. This trading route became the lifeline of economic activity in Arabia, and it brought a lot of wealth into Mecca. Since the Quraysh were the caretakers of the Kaaba and held in high esteem, they enjoyed security in the trade routes and did not have to pay high taxes when their caravans passed by neighboring regions and tribes. This is referred to in the Quran as Rihlat al-Shita'i was-Sayf, for the security of the Quraysh, their security during the winter and summer journeys. Surah Al-Quraysh, Ayah number 1 and 2. Hashim married a woman from Yathrib, later called Medina, and from this marriage came Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now let's talk about Abdul Muttalib and the rediscovery of the well of Zamzam. Abdul Muttalib was raised in Yathrib. He was raised an orphan since his father Hashim had died while his mother was pregnant. When Abdul Muttalib returned to Mecca to his relatives, he established his authority over his family members and took over control of Mecca. One of the greatest events of his life was the rediscovery of the well of Zamzam. Abdul Muttalib had a dream that a certain place near Kaaba he would strike Zamzam. He kept seeing this dream until he realized that this should be from Allah. He took his son and started digging in that location near the Kaaba, and he finally struck water. When the water began bubbling up, other clans from the Quraysh surrounded him and demanded a share of the water. But Abdul Muttalib insisted that was his discovery and claimed full rights on the water. The dispute grew tense to the point that Abdul Muttalib vowed, "If Allah blesses me with 10 sons who can defend me, I will sacrifice one of them for his sake." As the argument reached a boiling point and nearing bloodshed, the people of Quraysh decided to consult a head priest who was living quite far. They decided to go to him to find a resolution on who should have authority over the Zamzam water. While on the way to the head priest, Abdul Muttalib and other heads of Quraysh got lost and started wandering deep into the desert. Exhausted and out of water, they all felt that they would not last any longer and would all die while wandering. Abdul Muttalib then said to his people that each one should dig his own grave, as they were all too weak to bury each other. So they all started digging their graves, and as Abdul Muttalib was digging his own grave, he again struck water. While quenching their thirst, the relatives unanimously agreed that this is a sign from Allah and that the rights of the Zamzam well should be given to Abdul Muttalib. With this conclusion, they all headed back to Mecca. Now, let's move to the vow of Abdul Muttalib to sacrifice his son. Abdul Muttalib had 18 children, 12 sons and 6 daughters who lived to be adults. One day, Abdul Muttalib called his sons and told them about his vow to Allah to sacrifice one son during the dispute on Zamzam waters, and that he needed to fulfill it. All of his sons' names were written on arrows, and the drawing of the arrow was conducted. In the draw, the name of his most beloved son, Abdullah, came up. Abdul Muttalib took Abdullah to the Kaaba to sacrifice him, but the Quraysh objected to this and asked him to consult a priest. The priest said that arrows would be drawn again, but this time it would be between Abdullah and 10 camels. Each time the arrow with Abdullah's name came, they would add 10 more camels to the other arrow. For 10 times the arrow pointed towards Abdullah before finally turning to the camels. By then the 100 camels had added up, and so total of 100 camels were slaughtered instead of Abdullah. It's reported that the Prophet ﷺ once said, "I am the offspring of the slaughtered too," meaning Ismail ﷺ and his father Abdullah. Another remarkable event during the time of Abdul Muttalib was the attack on Mecca by Abraha, the governor of Yemen. Abraha saw that his people were going north every year to Mecca. The people did this to visit the Kaaba and make the Hajj pilgrimage. He wanted to stop the people from going to Mecca, so he built a massive cathedral with rich stained glass and ordered that all the people come to the cathedral to do the pilgrimage. A man from the tribe of Kinana understood the intention of Abraha, so he went to the cathedral one night, relieved himself, and smeared the excrement on his front walls. When Abraha learnt about this, he got enraged and he vowed to destroy the Kaaba. He gathered an army of about 60,000 warriors and 8 to 13 elephants, and he marched his army towards Mecca. Seeing this huge army, the Quraysh, led by Abdul Muttalib, made dua to Allah, seeking help to protect the Kaaba. They then left the city of Mecca and camped in some of the hills on the outskirts. As Abraha's army approached Mecca, the elephants suddenly stopped and refused to move forward. The army men beat the elephants until they bled, but the elephants would not move forward towards the Kaaba. However, if the elephants were shown a different direction, they would move. As the army was planning what to do next, Allah sent birds with stones from hellfire, and they threw these stones on the army. Whenever the stones hit a person or animal, it would dissolve their skins. Abraha suffered the worst fate, and he had to be carried back to Yemen while his skin dissolved, and he died just before reaching his home. When the Quraysh saw the army of Abraha routed, they came back to Mecca, rejoicing and thanking Allah for having saved the Kaaba. The elephant incident attracted the attention of most political powers of the world at that time and showed that the Kaaba was chosen by Allah for its sanctity. This incident is referred in the Quran in Surah Al-Fil, Aayah number 1 to 5. Have you not considered how your Rabb dealt with the owners of the elephant? The elephant incident happened just 50 to 55 days before the birth of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and it gave a clear indication that something momentous was about to happen in the near future.